Welcome to the Jacksonville Jaguars RPO ebook. We're going to be covering two formations out of this playbook here, wing slot weak and single back ace. And what's great about these is the personnel matches. You're going to have two tight ends, two receivers, and a running back on the field in both of these. So you're going to be able to get to both of these formations from the line of scrimmage. So before we go into the field here, I do want to go over the audibles that I have set, because that's very important, because if you're making adjustments at the line of scrimmage or using shifts to attack the weaknesses of the defense, you want to have all your plays at your disposal in your audibles. So let's get into single back ace, and this is how I have it set up here. You can attack pretty much everything out of these looks here, and single back ace is nice, obviously, because you can flip the play without your opponent knowing, because it's a balanced formation. So we start out with the stretch alert lookie, zone alert smoke here. So you have the slant that kind of attacks like the middle of the field with the outside receiver. You have the smoke that attacks short, and of course you have the RPO aspect, the run part of this as well. You can just run the ball down their throat if they're giving you light boxes or whatever. But you have the two receiver routes there, kind of playing off each other. The next play I have is Z post Y out, deep out by the tight end, short out by the tight end, and that rounded out in on the left side of the screen is actually pretty good at beating man, so it's a nice route there. And then you have the shot if you have it open against maybe cover 2 with the post. So I really like that as a third play there. And then you have Miami that I have as my fourth audible. There are a couple different plays like skinny post you could put here, a couple different plays that if it fits your play style or whatever. But I like to have Miami. You have the out route, the route on the right side of the field. It would be nice to have like outside apprentice there. You could put like a C route or something like that with the outside receiver on the right. But everything else looks good. The in route by the tight end. Maybe if you have like tight end apprentice, you could put them on like an over route or something like that, a crosser. Everything else works pretty well there. Nice check down to the running back. And it is also important to have your audible set here out of wing slot weak. And for that we have RPO zone peak. We have the bubble, and again playing off each other again with the RPO game. And there is versions of both of these runs here where there is pulling guards. I prefer to not run that and just run the zone version of them and not the pull version of them. Pulling linemen just mess up a lot. Much easier with zone a lot of the time, especially if you can attack those light boxes with these runs. You're going to have some success with it. So, and the next plays I have here is just 4 verts, and then PA dagger. Again, same deal with this formation. There's PA bubble Y over that you could have in there. Maybe like double slants too instead of one of those plays, or like a halfback screen out of there. But I have 4 verts and PA dagger. So we'll come out here in single back ace, and I'll come out in skinny post just to kind of break something else down. We'll match it with just a regular nickel formation. We will respot the ball because we're not ready for the video. It's an ebook video and we're not prepared for it. But skinny post, I mean, you can pretty much do anything here. I like to do this with my running back, and if he's going to break out to the right, maybe I'll like block Evan Ingram so I still get a 6-man protection. And then just kind of read there. Linebacker came up, get a terrible poor action there, but the ball was there open to Christian Kirk. So you can always run something like that with skinny posts. But the main idea of this is the RPO game. And of course here we're actually getting like press man, it looks like, possibly. So it's going to be tougher to run that, especially like this smoke alert lookie. The smoke and the lookie here, because it's press coverage. But whenever you get press coverage, you can go to this like Z post out and kind of have to read there. And nice route right there by the tight end. Catch them on a linebacker and whatnot. But it's nice to have these different options. Miami, another good man beating stuff. But here you actually get the receivers off here, and it looks like with those safeties playing up here, we're actually going to get them blitzing. So I'm just going to flip the play, make the read. I mean, pretty simple, right? Like, too much space. They're playing off. You're going to be able to hit that RPO a ton of the times. So, and what makes this great is if you hit your audibles and you go one to the left, you see gun, wing, slot, weak. We're going to be able to get to all these plays that we have here from our audibles, and we're going to be able to shift into them from this single back ace. So this is where it really couples nice. We're here, like, okay, I think these safeties are going to be blitzing. I think that top safety on the left is blitzing. I'm going to go audible to gun slot weak. I'm going to go to RPO zone peak here to attack this slant with Christian Kirk. You see the shift here. I know it's man coverage, and that's just going to be too easy for Christian Kirk, and you're going to house call that. So that's what you want to do right there. You're trying to attack all the different places in the defense. Like here, okay, looks like this linebacker off to the right might be blitzing. So I'm just going to stick in single back ace. I'm going to run the I'm going to run this zone weak here. And if that cornerback comes down on Christian Kirk, okay, we're just going to run the ball. He does not, so we throw the ball. We get a blocker out there, we swerve, and we pick up a ton of yards. This is where you can attack the different defenses. You can't stop this if you're playing it correctly. Here, again, okay, off to the left side here. I think that he could be a DB or a linebacker, but whoever that is off to the left side, just off the tight end over there, okay, I think he might be blitzing. I'm going to go to this RPO bubble, and I'm going to attack him. Okay, he backs up now, so he might be in man coverage, maybe not. And let's just read him. He does. He, like, stutters his feet. Not as great there, but we still pick up a few yards. Probably could have ran the ball there as well. But you can kind of see where this scheme is already just kind of just making itself here. Pretty easy reads. Here, read the linebackers, read the... and so he even got in behind him there. And because he just missed on a chuck, the linebacker just shuffled his feet enough to the right there and moved out of the way for you. Here we'll run the slant. Pretty simple as well. I mean, and these slants, I didn't realize these RPO bubbles were so not bubbles. The RPO slants with like the looky alerts there. Those are really nice whenever the DB plays far off. So I love this RPO scheme. You're able to get to all of them. The bubble, the peak out of this. Here it does look like press man again. So maybe you do a shift here and you shift. Okay, so now maybe it's not man now because the DB didn't run with him. We'll just run the ball here. I mean, picking up 4 or 5 yards, well, 3-4 yards. But you're constantly getting positive yards, and then the nice part about like this scheme here is you're getting the defense's eyes to look up. Maybe you catch them in a cover 0 or something like that. You pull a 7-man protection, and I mean you guys get shedded anyway. But then you take a shot down the field once you get them playing up the field, you're playing hard flats, stuff like that, and yeah, and that's what this scheme does. Again, you have 4 verticals here. We're gonna attack. Here they shift into it. Looks like a cover. They shift in maybe like a 1 high man here or something like that. I love putting this tight end, Dan Arnold in this case, on like an out route just as like a check down blocking my running back. And yeah, I don't know why Christian Kirk didn't break off against man there. Not exactly sure. Maybe it was like a match principle. Not sure, but he should break off against man and give you something there. This is just, I hate how they do that. You call a random nickel defense and then they give you quarters looks. Just a broken game. But here, okay, this is great here. It looks like that safety that just came down into the box, he might be blitzing. We'll go to the looky, we'll flip the play. And that was actually terrible because one did blitz and one stayed. So that's what you get to watch too. And this is a scheme that you want to get into practice mode. You want to run these RPOs, especially if you haven't ran them. And here you see the defensive back running with Christian Kirk across the middle, across the entire field. You know it's going to be man coverage over there probably. So you can hand this ball off. Hopefully your dudes don't get shedded by Nick Bosa just instantly. And you would have had the whole right side of the field wide open right there if you would have had a normal team and not the Jaguars. So, but like maybe this is a look where you want to attack short. Ah, shoot, that was stupid. That would have been a pick 6 in a real game right there. That would have been a pick 6 in a real game. But you can see where you're getting to attack all of these different parts of the field here. And like not all of them are RPOs. You have this Miami play that's really nice. Again, Christian Kirk, you would love to be able to put him on like a C route or something like that. You can always put him on an out route, smart route him, something like this. I mean, those are free yards over there. We'll take it. Like, I don't know if you got his feet in, but you can mix it up with this. I like the Miami play because it does have a stock drag to the tight end, which is just, I mean, they're kind of cheesy over the middle field, but they're tough to cover, stuff like that. So it's nice to just have that stock drag that you don't have to put on the field. And again, the nice thing about this single back ace formation is you can flip the play. Now Dan Arnold's running the drag, and well, you get poor accuracy. But you can have Dan Arnold run the drag, okay? Now you can switch to ZY post. Again, same thing. Dan Arnold was running the short out. Now he's running the deep out. Okay, Evan Ingram over there, ton of space, way too much space, and you can feed him the ball. You can just attack so many different parts of the field while being able to get to a shotgun formation. You can really attack down the field. Let's get to PA Dagger. We really haven't hit that yet. What I really like to do with PA Dagger a lot of the times is you're setting up this Dagger Concept on the left side of the field here with Christian Kirk and Marvin Jones over there, and just put like Dan Arnold on a out route or something like that. Put him on a block and release flat, something like that. And you're trying to hit this Dagger Concept over the middle of the field. Man, we're just getting some crazy stuff here. But you're getting a 7-man protection on the PA Dagger play here, and you can't audible there. See, I blocked everybody while they were shifting here. Yeah, and I mean, you can do the same thing. You can put Evan Ingram on the out, whatever you want to do here. And good lord, man, they're just getting murked here. We're having 7-man protections, and they're just ripping us apart. And now they're giving us some quarters looks. But I really like this RPO scheme. You see the people go to the RPO, but usually it's like beginners, people that don't exactly know what's going on in the game, so they're just trying to run something that looks cool. Maybe they've seen it on Sundays. But this is a legit way to use it, and you get to use shifts and things like that to diagnose man, diagnose zone, see what they're doing, put your opponent in bad positions, and make them pay. You can really get to all parts of the field and take your shots and things like that. I really like this scheme, guys. So here, maybe I think that DB off the left side is blitzing. He really doesn't, kind of just shuffles his feet. So, okay, you take 15 yards on the ground, no problem. We'll do that all day. No problemo. And you can just see where this scheme, you definitely want to practice it. This is not something that you just get to run into game and everything is all good and you're a professional at it. Definitely not that kind of scheme. But you can see, shout out to the dog. You can see, though, the 4 verticals. Throwing the ball down the field, short. You really have a little bit of everything, even fitting that ball in there. Should have caught it. I should have possession caught it. But he even does break against cover 2 there. So, and I mean, it's lethal. It's very lethal. You can see Dan Arnold blocking down the field. And I feel like I'm just saying some of the similar things over again, but it really is just attacking the weaknesses of the different parts of the defense here. And of course, I mean, you're not just going to stick to these same 8 plays, right? Like, you have skinny posts I talked about. You have that crosser play out of this gun slot week here. You have different plays you can call and add to your formations as you play the game and see what your opponent's doing, kind of feel them out, and attack different parts of the field. Maybe they can't stop the crosser. Then yeah, I mean, you definitely want to, like, okay, let's get to our playbook here. Like, we have 4 verticals in our audibles right now for gun slot week here. But if you have 4 verticals and they can't stop these crosser routes, yeah, put PA Bubble Y over in your playbook, right? Like, put it in your audibles. Yeah, like, obviously. You don't have to stick to just these 8 plays. Same thing with, like, single back ace. PA Flood has a little goofy tight end route, and you could match with, like, a Dagger Concept on the backside with the tight end, put them on a streak. You can absolutely add that to your audibles. PA Sprint halfback flat. If they can't stop that little shake route or the route on the left of the deep post route, absolutely add it to your. There's a ton of these plays that can be added to your audibles, but I really like these 8 because it gets you the 4 RPOs between everything. It gets you 4 RPOs, get you to attack down the field. You have some check downs in your single back ace, along with this here as well. Like, if you get to your 4 verticals, put like Dan Arnold on the drag, like I was talking about. That's basically a check down along with your running back, and you're able to, like, push the ball down the field. Hopefully you don't get insta-shedded like that. That's crazy, man. Nick Bosa is wrecking the video. But it's all good. And like here, like, you get like boxes, you can still attack that with the run game while being able to pass the ball with the RPO. The RPO is just such a good thing. It's very tough to stop, especially if you don't know what you're doing. You could probably jump into some house rules games, run a few of them, kind of get a feel for this offense, and kind of tweak it to your liking. So pretty simple. I mean, you're picking up 4 or 5 a clip. You're always picking up positive yards. I really like this scheme out of Jacksonville. Simple little, I'm going to call it an ebook here. It's kind of mini scheme ebook. It's like 2 formations in one. I really like it, though. I'll probably do a full breakdown of this scheme. I just bought Ryan Fitzmagic. Just bought the old Fitzpatrick card. So maybe I'll do a breakdown with him in, like, the house rules or something like that with this Jacksonville scheme. But the RPO game is pretty powerful. Run pass option, really nice. Hope you guys did enjoy this one. If you did, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. We're going to be trying to pump out new content all the time. EA sucks at everything they do, I guess, and they can't put out a normal game. But we're going to try to power through it, keep putting out content as much as we can. And yeah, like I said, if you like this, you'll like the future stuff that we do on the channel. So I hope to catch you in those videos, and I hope to see you later.